Amazon FBA private label is a ridiculously good business model. Yes, you can sell thousands of units per month. Yes, you can build a real brand. And yes, you might even sell that brand for a big, fat, juicy exit. But that isn't all you get out of this. The skills you pick up along the way are insanely useful. So in this video, I'm going to run through all the main skills that you're going to learn when you start Amazon FBA. And if you stick around till the end, I'll tell you why it doesn't matter if your Amazon business fails. So number one is data analysis. It sounds sexy, right? It really is. So you're going to be using software like Helium 10 to analyze loads of data points. This data tells us where opportunities lie, where customer trends are we can act on, the revenue share across niches that we're interested in, and loads more. Over time, you'll get faster and faster at quickly analyzing this data and spotting opportunities on Amazon. Number two, sourcing and product development. Okay, that's two in one, but they do go hand in hand. Once you've spotted an opportunity on Amazon, you've got to act on it. And act on it pretty fast. So that means crawling Alibaba, reaching out to suppliers, validating that they're up to scratch, communicating your creative ideas for your angle on the product, and then working with them to create your vision. Now, I'd imagine a huge majority of you would have never done anything like that before. So it's a fantastic string to add to your bow. Number three, negotiation. So your vision is ready. You want to place that order. So it's time to get down to brass tacks and begin negotiations. I think this is one of the best skills that you can learn in life in general. If you're from a sales background like me, you probably even enjoy it. You can use it to your advantage professionally, but having the skills to negotiate is very, very handy in your personal life as well. Let's say you don't want to do the laundry or you don't want to cook that evening when it's your turn. Bring out your negotiation skills and you can probably get yourself out of it. Hopefully my missus doesn't see this. Like with anything, you'll get better and better at negotiation the more that you practice. Your suppliers will do this for a living. They are going to be a hard nut to crack. So once you do get yourself a victory and you hit the purchase price that you've targeted, make sure you pat yourself on the back. Now, a great book on negotiation is this. It's called Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. It's a bit cheesy at times, but the fundamental lessons are very good and it's well worth a read. We look just here on page 1, there's some great advice. Number 4, supply chain management. Logistics and supply chain is a gigantic industry. Every single thing you have in your home has come via supply chain. Someone has mapped out how to get that product from A to B to C and then into your hands. You're going to be moving units from China, Vietnam, India to the US, Canada, UK, Mexico, Germany, Italy, anywhere and everywhere that they have Amazon. That takes planning and that takes skill. You'd also be managing different order sizes. So that's as you plan and react to market trends within your niche or perhaps the Q4 or Chinese New Year rush. And you're going to be feeding inventory in from a 3PL and maybe even removing inventory from Amazon if it's moving a bit too slowly. There is a lot of moving parts and you're going to learn how to handle all of them. Number 5, cash forecasting. Cash is king. Now, that's a cliche phrase because it's true. Not understanding your cash is probably the number one mistake sellers make in the physical products game. So don't do it. When you do things properly, you'll learn how to forecast your sales using the data analysis I mentioned earlier, which is going to allow you to predict how much cash you'll need and when you'll need it. Now, with Amazon, as the cash conversion cycle is quite long, and what I mean by that is the time it takes for you to receive the money that you invested back into your business, you need to have this locked in. Any other future business that you go into is going to also need to forecast. And when you've come from the Amazon FBA space, you come from the physical product, multinational structured business model, you're going to have a pretty good understanding of a fairly complex topic. Number 6, marketing. So what is it they say about food presentation? People eat with their eyes. If it looks shit, they assume it's going to taste shit. But if it looks good, they assume it's going to taste delicious. Well, the same goes for your products. You know how good they are. You know that the customers are going to love having them. But if that isn't communicated clearly on Amazon, they aren't even going to get a chance to find out for themselves because they are not even going to buy them. If they do buy your products after seeing crappy images, crappy video, crappy copywriting, crappy EBC, their expectations are going to be lowered. They're going to be far more likely to find faults with your products and leave complaints. However, if you nail the creative and you know how to clearly communicate to your target demographic, you're at a huge advantage. Great marketing probably got you to buy your iPhone. It probably got you to buy the shoes that you're wearing. Perhaps it'll even get you to buy our Honest FBA Amazon course. In short, every business requires marketing. If you've got knowledge of that in your locker, you're going to be very well off indeed. And number 7, perseverance. Now, I'd argue that perseverance is the number 1 skill that you need in any form of business. Some people naturally have it, some people learn it over time. Either way, you're going to need it if you're going to run your own business and you're going to be successful. Things will go wrong, I guarantee you of that. It's how you handle those challenges that are going to dictate if your business is a success or not. Are you going to throw your toys out the pram and give up? Or are you going to deal with it, work out a solution, and keep moving forward? God, this sounds like Rocky or something, doesn't it? So, why doesn't it matter if your Amazon business fails? Amazon FBA isn't easy. There are a lot of moving parts and a lot of things that can go wrong. Now, obviously, if you take a great course and you follow step-by-step advice from real sellers, you're massively increasing your chance of success. But let's say you don't do that. Let's say you go at it solo, you get a product to market and it goes great for a while, but your market gets saturated or there's a defect in your product that you missed. Sales drop off and your product has failed. Now, of course, we'd recommend taking those learnings and trying again. But let's say you just think that the Amazon business model isn't for you. Are you telling me if you walk into a job interview in pretty much any line of business and you tell them you've got hands-on experience in data analysis, product development, negotiation, supply chain management, cash forecasting, and marketing, they're not going to bite your hand off? Of course they are. Best case scenario, your Amazon business absolutely flies. You scale it up, you sell it for millions, and you never have to work for anyone ever again. Worst case scenario, you spent a bit of money, most of which you're going to make back if you've done the fundamentals correctly. You spent a bit of time upskilling yourselves, and you're going to be left with a ridiculous skill set that any employer is going to fancy. If you're on the fence about starting Amazon FBA, hopefully this video helped. Comment down below if you have any questions. You can jump in our free Facebook group as well, or drop us an email if you're interested in joining Honest FBA and starting or even turning around your own Amazon business. I'll see you in the next one.